Hi, thanks for stopping by. This is Teresa from Sami. In this little video series, I want to show you all the basic sewing techniques you need to follow all of my patterns confidently and joyfully. I simply like creating things and sewing so much, and I hope to inspire you to get started with sewing or to get that sewing machine back from the attic or out of the cupboard or wherever you're hiding it. All the videos in this little series are going to be linked down below in the video description, and now let's get started. Now that we had a look at which sewing machine is the best for beginners and how to clean your sewing machine, I wanted to have a look at all the different parts of the sewing machine and get familiar with them. So here we have the spool pin, which holds the spool while you're sewing. And there is the bobbin winder to wind your bobbin. And it also holds the extra spool pin when you're sewing with a twin needle, for example. Here is the bobbin winding thread guide, and that's the upper tension control dial. That's the thread guide and the thread guide cover. And then you go down with the thread and up again, and there's the thread take up lever. I don't know if you can see it. And if you move the hand wheel here, you can get the lever up and down. And that's the different stitch designs, and here you can choose them on the operation panel, the stitch length and the stitch width. And here we have the sewing speed controller, which is really handy. You can sew fast and slow, the needle position button, the reverse or reinforcement stitch button, and the start and stop button. And we're going to have a look at them, how they work. So here we have the needle position button. You just push it and then it goes down or goes up, so you can get ready for sewing or you can stop sewing. Really handy. And next we have the reverse or reinforcement stitch button. So while you're sewing, you just go ahead and then you push the button and then you sew backwards. Just if you finish or start something, you just do a few back stitches and to secure the thread. And depending on which stitch you're using, it's going to sew a few reinforcement stitches. And here's the start or stop button, and for this to work you need to remove the foot pedal, the foot controller, and when you push the button it's going to start or stop. So it's going to sew a few stitches. So if you get started on your project, you can sew a few start or stop stitches. So it's going to slow the machine down or it's going to start slowly. Next, let's have a look at all the different parts here. There's the needle clamp screw that holds the needle in place. There's the needle right there. And we have the needle threader here, which I broke the first time I used the sewing machine because I had no idea what it is. Here's the presser foot. You can put all your sewing feet in there, and that's the presser foot lever, which gets it up and down to get started with your sewing. And there's the buttonhole lever, which you need when you're using your buttonhole foot. I might show you that in another video. And here's the presser foot holder, so if you pop that little switch, the foot falls down or comes off, and then you just put it back in. Here's the needle plate cover, the needle plate and the bobbin cover, and there's the bobbin right there. Everything you need for making a nice sewing project, and the accessory box or accessory compartment with all the nice little accessories in there. Let's have a look what's in there. Here we have all the goodies. So here are a few spool caps that hold the spool in place. The disc-shaped screwdriver, which I would have needed for cleaning the sewing machine, but I used a coin instead, but now I found it. And here's a cleaning brush, another one. It's always good to have a few. That's the extra spool pin that you can use for an extra spool if you're sewing with a twin needle. And there it goes on the bobbin winder. There's a few more needles. And there's the twin needle. And the seam ripper, always handy to have. Unfortunately, I use it quite a lot. Here's the buttonhole foot for sewing on buttons, the monogramming foot, the button fitting foot. I never used that one, I have to admit, and this little foot is from my previous sewing machine, so it doesn't belong there. The overcasting foot, the zipper foot, and the blind stitch foot, which I never used before either, but I'm probably going to film a little tutorial. Here's the air vent and the main power and sewing light switch. And that's the foot controller jack and the connector for the power. So that's it. That's all our different sewing machine parts. I hope this was useful. I certainly learned a lot when I made this little video. And I hope I see you in the next video where we are threading the machine. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video and it was useful to you. Please give it a like if you like, subscribe for more videos, leave a comment with feedback and video requests. And if you like, head on over to Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. I'd love to connect with you over there. See you next time. Bye!